Okay, welcome. I'm going to show you how to use this lab to create your first diagram. So I am in Visio right now. Let me welcome. I am in the lab, in the virtual lab. So remember, for this lab, you're going to use 701. And for this demonstration, I'm going to use 702. Now remember, all you have to do is click on the server and turn it on. And by clicking this power on button, you will turn it on. If I click here and I click power on, it'll turn it on. Okay, you have to turn it on to be able to use it. So let me go back to the one that I was working on. So I'm going to click on Start here. We're going to launch Visio and all programs and Microsoft Office, right? And Visio. Okay, so it opens the Visio application. So what I need to do here is we're going to build a network diagram, and these are the different templates that are available to build a network diagram. So we can look at, let's see if they have something that will help us do this. I don't see anything here. Active Directory, that's not what we want. Let's see, maybe I missed it somewhere here. Let me go back to the top here. Is there a network diagram? So let's see, what do we have? How about basic network diagram, detailed network diagram? So let's try a 3D basic network diagram. So let's see what kind of shapes. These are the shapes for your network diagram. So all you have to do is drag and drop it right on the template right here. So, and it will drag and drop it. If you want to delete it, click on it and hit delete from your keyboard. And I'm going to delete this one. So if you need a different shape and you can't find it on the templates, you can search for it. I'm going to search for routers. Okay, and if I click search, and it will search the different routers that it has, different shape of routers. So I'm going to use 3 of these, one for each floor. You don't have to do that if you have a different architecture in mind, but I'm going to, for this simple example, I'm going to do that right here. So I have 3 routers, and I can come here and insert a text right here, insert, right? I'm going to insert text. So I can click here and write floor 1. And you can label the other one the same way. So click up here for text box, click where you want it to go, and you can put whatever you want here. So to connect the routers, I'm going to use the connector tool, and it's going to give me some options here. I can choose different connector tools. So let's see. And here, see the cursor changes, and I'm connecting these two, right? And to connect the other two, do the same thing and pick it up from here and connect these 2 routers. Now, so this is the wiring closet. So we have a we have a router on the first floor, a router on the second floor, a router on the third floor. Now, you don't connect router directly to devices. So in order to connect to our devices or our computers, we need a switch. Okay, so I'm going to search for a switch here. Okay, an Ethernet switch. It may not give me an Ethernet switch, but any kind of switch will work. So I think this will work right here. We can even look further down here. There are other switches, but let me just use whatever I can get. ATM switches. So let me just pick this one here. This is a 3D switch here. So here we go. One switch for the first floor. You can put more than one switch for the first floor. So to make it bigger, you just click on one of the corners and make it bigger. Right? So now let's connect the router to the switch. So I'm going to come here, connect the router to the one of the port on the switch. Right? And from the switch, I'm going to connect to computers on the floor. So I'm going to run a cable here, and let me insert a PC here. Okay, take that PC, drag it, and drop it right here. Right, so you can put multiple PCs here if you would like. So you don't have to drag and drop, you can just copy, right, and paste it here, and you have a second PC. Right, you can put those here. Right, that's just a showing that you have multiple devices here. You can have another one if you want to. I can paste another one, and these are for my first floor. Right, and you can do the same thing for the second floor, the third floor, but you know how to do this, so I'm not going to continue. So if you want to bring another switch, or you want to connect this router to this switch here, which I do not advise it. I mean, you may want to connect this to another switch. That's possible. That's a good, not a bad configuration to another switch. You could do that as well, right? You can do this, excuse me, and bring another switch right here. So I can copy this here and paste a second switch to this router, and that's not a unusual configuration. And you can connect, if you have a lot of devices here, you can even connect this to a hub, which is a layer 1 device. So I'm going to bring in a hub. You can connect this to a hub, right? A 10 megabit, a small hub, there are different kinds of hubs. So let me just pick a 100 megabit hub, right? That is a little bit big, so let me make this a little smaller here. So I can connect the switch to the hub. Remember, when you do that, they are sharing links, they are sharing bandwidth, and then I can connect the hub. You may want to connect multiple hubs depending on how many users you have, and then actually connect the PCs, run a cable, and connect the PCs. And you want to do that to create more connection to that switch right here. So if there are only 8 ports and you have 50 PCs to connect to the network, so you want to have a hub and another hub and another hub to make sure that all the computers have a connection. So once you have done that, we're going to save the diagram. So save as, right? And you want to put it in my document, and I'm going to call it drawing 1, right? Say drawing 1. Okay, and it is saved. Now remember, right now this is in the virtual lab. You do not have access to it on your computer. So now what we're going to do, we're going to try to get access of this diagram on your computer. So how do we do that? Remember, you're going to work from here. So we're going to go here. We're going to run Explorer, Internet Explorer. Right, let me maximize it here. So when it opens, it's going to give us a little option here. It's taking a few minutes to open here. I'm not sure why, but it should open without a problem. Okay, maybe the machine went to sleep, but it look like it is starting. So it's trying to find IIS to give us a page here. Give it a second. If it's take too long, I'm going to pause it so that I do not lose video time for this. Okay, let me recycle it and see why it's not opening that fast. Let me close it and reopen it here. Yes. Maybe it'll open faster this time. Well, no, I'm going to pause. So I have only 5 minutes here. I'm going to pause. Okay, it finally opened. So so you're going to get this screen right here when it opens, right? Don't worry too much about the bottom at this stage. So we're going to browse, right? And I don't have a file here, but if I had a file, but remember what happened is I had the other one. Let me see if I can copy it in here, because let's see if I can copy it, if it'll let me do that. So excuse me, let's see, copy. Let's see if it'll let me use the same copy to paste it in here. It may not, because no, it doesn't. So let me just create a file here just to show you how to download it. So we're going to say new. Remember, it's on a different machine. That's why we cannot copy it. So let's see, my drawing. So it shares a different, so what I'm going to do is just, let's see, well, I can't open it. If I click open, it will download it. So what I'm going to do, I have to open this here to put some data in it. So, okay, my drawing here, and I'm going to type a bunch of stuff, whatever that is. Nothing important here, just to show you, and save. Now let me close it. Now we do have some data. Okay, it was 0, now it is 1. All right, so now I browse, I click open. As soon as you click open, if you look at the bottom of your computer, you will see it has downloaded the information, that file. And now when you download it, you'll see on your computer at the bottom, you'll see the download page. And once it's downloaded, you can open it and save it on your computer. Let me demo that again just to make sure you understand how to do this. So here we go, browse, drawing. Because I have only one kilobit here, it's going to be very quickly. But when you do this with your drawing, it's going to take a little bit longer. So it's there. Okay, here's my file. Now to get it to my computer, I'm going to click here, and my drawing.txt. And now here's the file. Right? Now it is no longer in the virtual environment. It is on your computer. Right? Now you can save it, save as, and you can save it to your C drive. Like for example, on my computer, I come here and I can save it so that you can access it later. Okay, that's it. I did not go over 15 minutes here, so let me close it, and I'll have access to this video.